Hi everybody, it is your favorite guest reviewer back for Tabletop Gaming Guild. My name's Kim, and today I am going to be reviewing for you Puns of Anarchy, the outrageous pun-making party game. We've got 3 players at least, ages 17 and up, although I'll talk a little bit about that when we're on the tabletop itself. 30 to 90 minutes, super excited for another language-based game, so come check it out with me. All right, so let's dive in and see what we have here. So, just like the last game by this company that I reviewed, one of my favorite things is the directions are one page. Alrighty, and I love too that there are a lot of examples to show you ahead of time if you are somebody who maybe struggles with playing with language a little bit. Maybe it's not something that you think you're that good at. You can see that when it comes to actually making the puns for the game itself, that there are a lot of different ways that you can go about that. You see like cold play is turned into old play simply by removing one letter. Some things are words are completely changed. Right? Sometimes it's just something, super simple here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the components of the game itself. We got our dry erase markers. I love that they are the markers that have the eraser on the end. So that makes everything super easy for everyone. Again, another small box. If you're somebody who has limited space because you've already bought a bunch of games, another nice bonus. So your purplish cards, eggplant color, are your category cards. And then these avocado green sort of color cards are the ones that you'll be making the puns on. So the game itself is for 3 or more players. And I know last time I mentioned the previous game, it was 3 or more players, but you could probably play with 2. This one is not the case with that. You're definitely going to need 3 players, and it is also recommended for 17 and up. But again, after playing it, I truly believe that you could play with kids who are a little bit younger, just kind of set your own house rules. What we do is for each player, they get a category card. And I placed mine face up, but facing away from me because I didn't want to get distracted by my own category. And you'll see why that's the case here momentarily. So there's a good spot for that so there's no glare. Everybody gets a category card, and then everybody starts with 3 of the green cards. And if it's your first time or if you haven't played in a while, the instructions actually encourage you to take a warm-up round and just sort of play around with the puns, play around with the cards, practice making puns so you can kind of get into the feel of making puns. So we'll just go ahead and do that for funsies here. So let's turn Luke Skywalker into Luke Skydiver. All right, that's hilarious. I'm sure. Man on Fire. We could turn that into Minion Fire. Maybe with that new film coming out, maybe that's what's sticking in your brain. And Mad Max Fury Road. Let's turn that into, we have a Mexican restaurant. A chain, Mad Max. And let's say maybe sometimes Mexican doesn't agree with you 100% of the time. Maybe you are approaching 40 and think you can still eat Mexican food like me without having to pay for it sometimes due to digestive issues. So, all right. So there's perfect examples of how you can play with the puns. You don't have to be an English teacher. You don't have to even have English as your first language to be able to participate in this. So we've already warmed up. Now, what will happen is you can keep these. The directions tell you that you can look at the categories and try to make puns based off of them, or you can go in reverse where you make the puns first and see if they fit into any of the categories themselves. And what you do in your hand in front of you, you make sure that you always have 3 green cards that you are working with. And once everybody has their own category card in front of them, the players are going to take turns. Well, actually, no, that's incorrect. They're not going to take turns. The players are going to just kind of like rapid fire these puns, making them and placing them in categories that they find to be appropriate. So I'm going to go ahead and make up a few more puns here, just based on a few more cards that I come out with. Alrighty, so we have a few more puns laid out. Remember, there's 1 category card for each player. And what the rules say is as soon as each category card gets 4 puns attached to it. So I'm going to remove some just for now so we can concentrate on one. So once each category card has 4 puns that go along with it, then we stop writing the puns. So it's very possible that maybe the high crimes and misdemeanors category card is going to have 7 with it, and for whatever reason, farming and country folk just wasn't as inspiring of a category that round. So we'll say that it was the last one to get the 4 puns attached. So everybody stops, and if you're thinking to yourself, well, won't people be looking at the other cards that are laid down? I mean, it's possible, but again, the idea is to play the game, to have fun with the language, make funny things, make your friends laugh. So if you're really sitting there trying to be a stickler to, figure out who's putting the most cards on what category, you're kind of missing the point of having fun. So we'll say that each of our category cards has 4 puns attached to it. And now, since this was my category, I don't play any puns. Remember, you don't play any puns on your own category. So my category, I get to choose what I think the best one is. So I'm going to decide that although these are hilarious, Bill Rye, the bread guy, Land and Sea, Minion Fire, and Mum Jeans are all very funny. I think I'm going to go with Mum Jeans being the winner for farming and country folk. So whoever wrote this card, whoever made this pun, would get to keep this category card. And the idea is that according to the directions, you play until somebody has 10 of these category cards, or quote, until you're out of beer. We don't care, we're not the cops. So again, another sort of, fun way to play along with it. And then, since we've got these erasers, they erase so cleanly, you just put them back in the pile and they're ready for the next time. And who knows what Billie Jeans will become next time. There are a couple of party adaptations or different ways that you can play should the spirit moves you. Sometimes it could be something as simple as maybe you've got a lot of people, you've got more than maybe just 5 or 6 players. There are ways that you can play with more than that attached along with it. And it's very easy. You just basically share the dry erase markers because, let's be honest, you're not going to spitfire them out as much as you think you are right away. So nothing wrong with sharing pens. So we'll go ahead and head back up to the tabletop and I'll give you my final opinions on Puns of Anarchy. Our final thoughts today on Puns of Anarchy. First of all, it's super exciting that they actually used a pun for the title. I think that might be my favorite part. I love the play on language. I love the variety of category cards. I love, how many cards there are to turn into puns. I played this with a friend, with my husband and actually a very close friend, and neither of them really struggled making a lot of puns. So if you're thinking to yourself, I might not do the greatest with this, I don't really come up with puns. I don't get them as often. It might not be as hard as you are originally thinking it to be. And plus, remember, we're all here to have fun. So I would definitely recommend this game to anybody who enjoys playing with language, anybody who finds themselves to be extra punny. I think it would be a great party game, again, to just sit around. It's not going to take you a long time to learn the rules. It's not going to take you a long time to get it set up. So a great party game for sure. So thank you so much for checking us out again. Remember, if there are any games out there that you think I would like, being an English teacher, that I would like to review because they're based in literature or books or anything, playing with words, please feel free to comment below. And as always, if you like our content, please like this video, please subscribe, share it with your friends. All right, everybody have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.